What's up, collectors and all Transformers enthusiasts? Today I'm going to finally be taking a look at Transformers Earthrise Paradron, Ratchet, and Lifeline. Taking a really quick look at the packaging, you can see a nice Transformers Cybertron trilogy here. Logo on the other side. Some things that, I really don't know what this is. But, A+, Hasbro, things that you really don't care about. And same thing, Transformers Cybertron trilogy. Some thingy-majigs on the sides. On the side of the packaging, the half of the logo. And on the other side, just things you really don't care about. Letters and things. And, on the bottom of the packaging, you can see, Paradron Medic. And on the back of the packaging, you can see absolutely nothing. So, with that being said, that's pretty much it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And here we have Transformers, Earthrise, Paradron, Ratchet, and Lifeline in hand and out of the packaging. And as you can see, both of them looking real nice. I am so happy to particularly own Ratchet. Oh my god, I cannot wait to post them next to Ironhide and Optimus. And for the record, I'm not going to be transforming any of them because pretty much they're repaint / remold on, Ratchet's case. But the particular videos are going to be down in the description down below, as well as in the top right corner of this video. That video being, for Ratchet is Ironhide and for Lifeline is RC. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. Starting off with RC and Lifeline, oh boy, I'm gonna try to be objective because, those of you know, I kind of hate this mold because you see her like this and she looks amazing, don't get me wrong, but when you're transforming it and you get to vehicle mode, just the transformation in general is just it sucks. It's just trash. So let me go ahead and start with the weapons. Let me unpack this one and unpack this one. As you can see, pretty much is the same weapon on both of them. RC is clear plastic and this one is kind of like a bluish clear plastic. It's like, like molded but not painted, plastic. But as you can see, pretty much it's the same thing. Both of them are. I really don't like it. Don't like the gun. It looks like a humanoid gun. It really doesn't look Cybertronian whatsoever. As you can see, it looks like, something a human will use. But, it is what it is. So that's pretty much it for the weapons. For the figure itself, it's pretty much the same thing as well. Just swap colors here and there. Just a couple of differences, majorly in the head sculpt. Let me go ahead and stretch her. And, kind of leave her there and kind of come here and pick this one. Just basically wherever RC has pink, this one has, baby green pretty much. And, the Autobot logo is pretty much the same. As you can see, both of them are red, obviously. No differences whatsoever on any of them. But as you can see, the major difference is on the head sculpt. As you can see, RC is pretty much just plain old white. And this one has some gray there. You can see the lipstick. She has some pink lipstick. And pretty much the eyes are the same. And you can see that on the helmet itself, she has a couple of green, marks there. And RC has absolutely nothing, just plain old white. And it's just, I don't know why I, like every single mold that is not called RC, because Elita 1, I really like that figure. Not the transformation, just the figure itself, just the paintwork. It really pops. And as you can see, this one, I really love it. It just pops so much, and just, RC looks so plain. Don't get me wrong, this are, her color, it's accurate, super accurate indeed. But just, I just don't know, man. I'm not an RC fan, so, I'll leave it there. But as you can see, pretty much the only other difference other than the head is this section right here. So you can see this section is paint and pink, and this section it's just white. As you can see, everything is white and pink, but this section is supposed to be pink. And if you're gonna swap colors, this section was supposed to be, baby green. Because as you can see, just they're swapping colors, and the only piece that they kind of forgot to paint just to make it completely similar. I don't know if it did it on purpose or it was a mistake. As you can see, this is supposed to be baby green, so you can match with RC. But other than that, that I think it was a mistake. The face is the only difference whatsoever. As you can see, giving you a 360 degrees, so you're asking, I appreciate more of the detail that they have. And as you can see, pretty much is the same from the back as well. So you can see the Autobot logo there. That is going to become, the front of the vehicle mode. You can see the, where RC has white, Lifeline as well has white, and, with this one has pink, this one has baby green. But, again, no differences whatsoever. And she has no paint drips. RC has a couple there. I don't know if the camera can cut that. Let's, yeah. You can see some white strips there. As you can see, Lifeline has no pinches whatsoever, no mistakes at all on, on the paintwork. That's always a plus. And again, just I don't know why I come and you know, hate on RC and just like every single repaint that they, you know, make. That it's pretty much RC. As you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. Just the head just changes. There's minor details that make, you know, the head just pop a little bit more, and just on the waist. But that's pretty much it for the only difference for the whatever this is, you know, the skateboard or the, I don't know, the hoverboard. I really don't know. As you can see, pretty much the same thing. The only major difference is that on this section it has gray, and you know, RC has absolutely nothing, just plain, you know, pink. And again, just the major details that, you know, just the small details that, you know, make it pop. It's always a plus for me. As you can see, this is clear plastic, and this is, you know, that kind of just bluish plastic. Actually, that made me think. I think this one was the RC one, and the plastic one is the Lifeline one. As you can see, I just forgot, because again, they're the same thing. I really don't like the weapons at all. So you can see, going here and giving you a 360 degrees, so you guys can see that pretty much everything is exactly the same, no differences whatsoever. You can see that this section is white. Everything that is pink here is baby green on this one. It just, you know, it has the clear wheels and everything. Pretty much everything is the same thing. But that's pretty much it for the robot mode. Honestly, I have nothing to say. Again, I don't particularly like her, so that's pretty much all I can give you guys. So, and for a comparison, so you guys can see how they look next to other Autobots, here we have Cup and Blur, so you guys can see how they scale next to them. And here we have Hot Rod on the middle, so you guys can see how they all look next to one another. And oh my god, the scale, again, I love how you can mix and match every single line. As you can see, they are from the Earthrise, and the other ones are from the Studio Series line. And as you can see, they all look so accurate to the G1 representation as well as in the movie. Oh my god, just the scale, the looks, and the accuracy, it's on point 100%. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into Ratchet. And now for the main event, Ratchet and Ironhide. You can see that pretty much it's the same thing. The only major differences obviously is the color as well as the head sculpt. You can see that pretty much everything is the same, and I honestly do not mind it, because my favorite mole and my favorite guy is Ironhide. You can see that Ratchet is more of the same, so you know, the more the merrier. But you know, starting with the shield, let me go ahead and unpack this one and this one as well. Let's leave them on the background. You can see that pretty much is the same thing. You can see that the Autobot logo is pretty much the same on, you know, Ironhide is red with white strips, and on Ratchet is white with red strips, just to, you know, make each individual part produce. You know, imagine this being just plain on white and this plain on red. The logo would not pop whatsoever. We wouldn't notice, you know, the logo itself. But you can see that on this section it has, you know, the ambulance thingamajig, you know, and you know, on the berry bag you can see that this is gray and this is black, and you know, it has a black line here, and you know, Ratchet does not. It's just plain on white. And as you can see from the sides, pretty much the same, and obviously on the other side it's the same as the opposite side. And you can see that on the very, you know, bottom, you can see that this section has, you know, black, and this is just plain on white. And you can see that, you know, on the windows are gonna be, you know, just clear blue, and as you know, I don't have just clear plastic. But that's pretty much it for the shield itself. Let's go ahead and jump into the weapons. You can see that pretty much the weapons are completely the same, just, you know, the Ratchet one is obviously white and the Ironhide one is obviously black. But as you can see, you know, giving you a closer so you actually can appreciate the sculpted in detail that they have, you know, giving you just kind of a sort of a, you know, a 360 degrees. You can see that the weapons are unique. I'll give it that, and just I love it. It's simple, but you know, it gets the job done, and it's just I love the weapons. I really like the Ironhide one. Not so much the Ratchet one, because it's just, I don't know, I just don't like plain old white. That's just, in my opinion, the black just makes, you know, the sculpted in detail pop a little bit more. But you know, that's it for that. For the figures and stuff, you can see that, oh my god, it looks so good. You can see that sculpted in detail is pretty much the same. You know, focus it on the only difference that is pretty much, you know, the head sculpt. You can see that, you know, on Ratchet he has, you know, a different helmet, as well as, you know, a different mold on the, you know, on the head sculpt. So you can see that Ratchet has like kind of like a sheen there, right there on the, you know, bottom section of the face. And you can see that pretty much it's the same thing, other than that, actually no, Ironhide has like a kind of like he's mad face, and you know, Ratchet is kind of like neutral. He's just not happy, not mad, just vibing. As you can see, giving you a 360 degrees of the head sculpt, so you guys can appreciate that I have no painters whatsoever, just completely white, no black or gray or red on the, you know, on the face sculpt. That's always a plus. Hopefully that's gonna be the same for you guys. And just as you can see on the front, Nah, the only difference is that, you know, this is bluish and this is just clear plastic. And, you know, moving on to the legs, you can see that Ironhide has some, you know, yellow lines, and, you know, Ratchet has some red lines. And from the sides, you can see that pretty much is same, you know, sculpted in detail, minus, you know, the paint itself. You can see that this is gray and this is black on the hands, and you can see that on the very top, you know, this is full on black, and this is, you know, white with some red thingamajigs there, some, you know, highlights of red towards the whole body of, you know, or a couple of sections of Ratchet, because, you know, you only see red there and red here. And I know that, you know, on this section right here, there's a couple of red more. That's just for the vehicle mode to make it pop just a little bit more. But on the very back, you can see that where Ironhide is black, this one is gray. And you can see that on the legs, on the upper section, Ironhide it has gray, and this is just plain old white. But I honestly don't mind it. Both of them look really accurate to the G1 representation. And this was the duo that I was most looking forward to on 2020. As you can see, both of them look really nice. It's just, I am again so happy to own every single one of them. And now for a comparison, so you guys can see how they look and how they compare next to other Autobots. Here we have Bumblebee and Jazz, so you guys can see how they look. And oh my god, the scale is so good. You know, Bumblebee being the smaller foe, and, you know, Jazz being the in-between, and Ratchet and Ironhide being the bigger foes. And when it comes to Optimus Prime, you know that Optimus Prime is the bigger one. And man, I'm so happy to own every single character that, you know, appear on the first movie, you know, the light one. And oh my god, just mission accomplished for me. As you can see, every single one of them looks so good, and I have no cons with any of them. In my particular opinion, they look so good, and they have no flaws whatsoever on robot mode. But with that being said, this is pretty much it for the comparison. For the vehicle mode, you can tell that pretty much everything is exactly the same, you know, other than the, you know, the great line. Everything is pretty much the same. You can see that, you know, the white lines are pretty much the same on both figures, as well as, you know, the pink and, you know, the baby green. But as you can see on this section, this is the only major difference, you know, with the gray here, and that's pretty much it. And just I hate this. I hate this. Looks so ugly. I cannot stand it. I hate the transformation, and I just hate how they all end, you know, together on the vehicle mode. It's just, oh my god, let's just let's get it over with so we can jump up with you know, Ratchet. So for a comparison, here we have Blurch. You guys can see how they look next to, you know, the 86 line, because, you know, they are Earthrise, and this is, you know, from the studio series, so you can see, and they look so good together. So you can see pretty much the same. They look like they belong on the same line. But, you know, just I love it. Honestly, they scale really well with each other. Taking RC and bringing you know, Hot Rod, so you guys can see how she looks next to Hot Rod. This is how he looks, and just, oh my god, she really looks good with every single one of them. As you can see, let me go ahead, and now that I have him on, you know, vehicle mode, let's go ahead and just bring Autobot Jazz so you guys can see, you know, how they look next to one another. And again, it looks so good. Honestly, I'm a fan. Just the look, just this really looks good. It really will look good, you know, next to one another on the shelves, so you guys can display, you know, the Autobots transform and roll out. It really looks good. I'm a fan. But other than that, this is pretty much it for the whole thing. This is pretty much it for the comparison. And now for Ratchet and Ironhide, you can tell that pretty much everything is exactly the same, you know, other than the ambulance thingamajig on the very top. But as you can see on the front grille, you can see that both of them are black. And you can see that, you know, the headlight on this one is silver and on this one is white. That's the difference right there. And you can see that, again, that baby bluish, you know, clear plastic is different than the, you know, plain old clear plastic. And from the sides, you can see that both have different lines. Ratchet is red and Ironhide is yellow. But you can see the rims are the same. The only difference is that this ones are gray and this ones are black. And I love what they did with the Ratchet mold, that on my video on Ironhide, I tell that this was my only con. Other than this one, you know, my biggest con was this one and my smallest was this one. But as you can see, they kind of blend in with the white, and this one just, it pops so much. I really hated it. They should have painted this section just red so it blends in really well with the vehicle mode. And as you can see, they fixed that mistake with Ratchet, and honestly, the difference is day and night. As you can see, it really just blends in with the whole vehicle mode, and just it doesn't pops you know, too much. But as you can see, this is one of those sections that once you see it, you cannot unsee it, you know, sadly. But just, it is what it is. Now I noticed that I had a paint drip with Ratchet. Let's see if the camera can cut that. As you can see that line right there, that's a paint drip right there. Unfortunately, I don't think that's yeah, that's a paint drip right there. I thought it was a scratch, but you know, other than that, on the bed you can see that he still has that ugly feet, you know, showing off. I think there's you know, a third party there that sells, you know, a piece that covers this section. I'm gonna try to search it, and then I'll make a video for sure on this, if I approve it or not. But this is just ugly, man. Just I'm happy that they fixed this one, but you know, I'm happy that I only have one con with this, and it's the ugly feet. Other than the two with, you know, the Ironhide mold. But as you can see from the other side, same as the opposite side. You know, not much there. And on the very top, you can see that the Autobot logos are completely the same. You know, they're just pretty much swapped between both of them. As you can see, this is the only major difference on the whole mold. You know, that is the ambulance thingamajig. I really don't know how, you know, the siren, or I really don't know how that is called. But as you can see, that is pretty much it for, you know, the comparison between both of them. Let me go ahead and bring Autobot Jazz so you guys can see how they look next to Jazz. And oh my god, the scale is so good. I am honestly a fan. And let me try to mix here Optimus Prime so you guys can see how they all look together. Let me see if I can come here and manage something so you guys can see how they all look next to, you know, let me see if I can. There you go. Let me go ahead and zoom out just a little bit so you guys can appreciate the scale. As you can see, the scale looks so nice. I'm a fan. I'm so happy to finally own, you know, all of them, you know, including Bumblebee. Let me go ahead and bring Bumblebee here so you guys can appreciate more. Let me zoom out just a little bit more. But as you can see, the scale is so nice, and just I'm so happy to own every single one of them. You know, the 5 that, you know, they show up on the, you know, the first movie. Just, man, I'm again so happy. The scale is pretty well, you know, the bigger foes being, you know, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Optimus, and you know, the smaller being, you know, Chess, and obviously Bumblebee. But as you can see, this is pretty much it for the comparison. And with all that being said, this is pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and helps my videos get out there in a while. So if you get anything, any value out of my content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for Transformers, Earthrise, Paradron, Ratchet, and Lifeline.